Lighthouse Angel here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today I have a general reading for your Thursday. See what information you need to know today about getting your life unstuck, moving forward, and growing towards the best version of yourself. On this channel, we focus on taking you from zero to hero in your own life. So I went ahead and already pulled the general energy for the reading. I'm also going to pull more cards and get some information from the Lighthouse box. And I also got a downloaded message that I'm being urged to deliver to you at the beginning of this reading. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, and the message is this. It's time to take your power back and no longer beg for love in places that have nothing to give you, waiting for apologies that never are coming, holding on to people that have already let you go. You are enough, and it's time you choose yourself, because as long as your heart is still beating, your story is still unfolding. Release what is chaining you to the past and put that energy and power back into loving yourself. The first step is to acknowledge the pain, and from there you start creating the foundation to your transformation and the start of your new story. Your heart deserves to love again. Your spirit will find incredible strength, and your soul will shine brighter like never before. Take the first step. God is waiting to walk with you. Okay, that's the message I have for you. I'm not going to really elaborate too much. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's just, it's time that you are enough, knowing that you are enough, and taking the first step to acknowledging the pain that you carry and reaching out to God and asking for his guidance and his love. And helping you heal, right? Asking for his healing, because he's waiting to walk with you, okay? All right, so let's get started on this reading. So the first two cards that came out is choice is the most powerful tool you have. And that's what I was just saying, like, you are enough, choosing yourself, right? Choice is the most powerful tool you have. Every choice you make shuts some doors, but also opens several doors, bringing new experiences into your life. At any given time, you can change the direction of your life. You are only one choice away. Okay? So this is all about choices and making, like what I was just saying at the beginning of the reading, choosing yourself, knowing that you're enough, right? Choosing to invest in loving yourself, making that choice for you, because you, at any given time, you can change the direction of your life, okay? It's all up to your choices. And then we have what's meant to be yours is already making its way to you. What was never yours is starting to flee from you. With time, it will all make sense. For now, bear the confusion and focus on living fully in the present. Don't let your whole life be, I'll be happy when. Be happy now. Okay. So what I'm getting with is continue to make choices for what's best for you, allowing the things that no longer serve you, that are no longer in alignment with you, right, to fall away, because something is already making its way to you, okay? And you might be in, like, I think I spoke about this yesterday or the day before, but it's like you're in this transitional phase, and it can be confusing because things are falling off, things are uncertain, right? But you need to keep making choices for your highest good, okay? Because they bring the power behind your change. That's what I'm hearing. It brings the power behind your change. So allow The doors that are meant to close, allow them to close. Okay? Because right when one door closes, new doors open, because God is the doorkeeper. He's in charge of the closing the doors. He's also in charge of opening the doors. Okay? So you just need to keep surrendered and allow the transition to happen, right? And be focusing in the energy of positivity and happiness where you are, you're currently planted, right? Not waiting to be happy until such and such arrives or in your life, right? And that's going to be different for everybody, but being happy in the now, okay? And finding peace knowing that what's meant for you is already on its way to you. And I say on this channel, what's meant for you will never pass you by. The door will not close, okay? So you can surrender and release and have faith knowing that what's meant for you is not going to pass you by, right? You can be happy now, even though things seem confusing, okay? And make sure that you don't allow that confusion to turn into worry or fear, okay? Don't allow those seeds to get planted and start influencing your choices here, because every choice has power in your life, right? Okay? And you're only one choice away. And that choice could be something that's already on its way to you. So be happy now, okay? So, and then we have the Lynx spirit. It says, keeper of secrets. It says, take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. And what I'm getting with this is that this is a time to observe and stay silent. That's what I'm getting. This is a time to observe and stay silent in solitude, okay? Standing in your strength, knowing that by making that choice, right? I'm just saying, it's like, it's offering you protection. And I'm also hearing, don't doubt what you know. That's what I'm also hearing. Don't doubt your intuition. Don't doubt what you know to be true. But you don't need to, this is you keeping it to yourself. Right? And also you might need to seek solitude right now. Getting away from distractions. And it says, take time out from the world to be the observer. It might be to see things from a different perspective. When you sit in silence, okay, and you don't have distractions from your phone, from social media, from people, from business, from all the things, right, that pull on you, and you're actually able to sit in silence and solitude, whether it's in nature, in your house, wherever it may be, you can find such clarity, such strength, and it also allows the divine to speak to you, right? To give you those downloads. So you might be someone who needs to step away, get that higher perspective through just being silent in solitude, realizing that strength does come in silence. I'm also hearing that. Maybe you're just realizing that, but there is true strength by being silent, right? Keeping things to yourself is powerful. Then we have mending, number 52. That could be significant. Or number 7, mending. Maybe you could be staying silent and holding your strength from somebody who wants to mend something with you. I'm getting that. Or you also could be doing some healing in this solitude and silence. You're healing yourself. Okay. And then we got, it's time to release negativity, full moon and Scorpio. And I know we have it's a new moon, I believe. Yeah, that's coming in on the 23rd. But this could have been something that you've been working on during the last full moon, but it's time to release negativity. Maybe that's something you're working on healing here in solitude and silence, realizing you're finding strength in that by just being an observer. I'm getting that. Maybe I'm also hearing you're making a choice to be the observer, being silent, and you're seeing the strength in that. And there is strength in silence, you know. The less people know, the better. It's taking your power back. But continue to trust what you know to be true, okay? Following your intuition. And this, what you could be releasing here is maybe you didn't realize you were having negative thoughts, okay? That you were carrying a load with negativity, right? That could be something you're healing, releasing here, because by doing that, it's bringing love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. Now, I know the new moon coming up is Virgo, but new love could be coming in during the new moon. Doesn't have to be, but by releasing negativity, you're allowing love to come into a new love into a situation here. And maybe that's why you're staying silent, right? Working on healing some negativity about maybe a situation, right? Because something new is coming in. This new could be what's on its way to you. All right, I'm going to get a couple of new cards here. But remember to continuously make the choice to release any negativity. I talk about negativity being the seeds that get planted. It could be negative thoughts, negative opinions, negative judgment, anything negative. It could be negative outlook on life, right? It could be a lack, a negative mindset of lack. Okay, anything that is and I would look at negativity as like lower vibration. What it does is it brings down your vibration to a lower frequency, when really you want to elevate your vibration and your frequency in the energy of love. And by doing so, it brings you closer to it brings in your power, but it also raises your vibration closer to the highest version of yourself, which is the closest to the divine. Okay? So you can't be holding on to negativity and still operating out of love. Like, they're total opposites. So by releasing that and continuously making the choice to not hold on to that, and you know, there are going to be days where those worries, fears, and doubt, lack mindset, or negativity want to creep into the cracks of this new foundation that you're building here. But you have to immediately cast those out. It's like those negative thoughts come in and they want to plant seeds, right? But you immediately have to pull them out, right? Because you don't want those weeds in the garden where your fruit is going to prosper, right? You got to pull them out before they start killing what you're trying to grow, okay? Because you have something on, it's meant for you. It's coming to you, okay? And this is about when, especially if you have subconsciously have it ingrained with a negative mindset, right? You have to make a choice every single day to stay in that energy, that high vibe energy of being positive, right? Choosing not to be negative, choosing to be positive and being grateful, feeling blessed, being happy, feel that joy. And the first way to start doing that is being in the attitude of gratitude. Once you're grateful for everything you have, it automatically raises your vibration, okay? Because the goal is to raise your vibration, because what you put out is what's coming back to you. So if you put out that you're grateful for the things in your life, right? And even the grateful for the things that are on their way to you here, like what's on your way here, right? You're going to get more of that. It's an energy exchange. But if you are constantly negative, judgmental to yourself and others, or if you're constantly in a lack mindset, not having enough, well, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get more of that. So that's why your choices are so powerful, okay? And why silence can be so powerful, right? But your thoughts, your words, and what you believe behind them are truly more powerful than you realize. More powerful than the body, okay? Because they, like I've said in the past, they paint your life, okay? So as you raise your vibration, raise your frequency, then, because some people are always like, well, when is my environment going to change? You know, I'm making these changes, you know, when are things going to come in? Well, you have to make these changes, but you also have to be in alignment with your truth, okay? You have to walk in your truth, okay? And you have to be authentic, operating out of the energy of love, being positive, and choosing to make these choices every single day, right? And as your vibration raises and your frequency stays at that level, then your environment has to match, okay? But this whole process takes time, effort, and energy. You've got to invest in yourself, and you have to invest in the divine, okay? Letting them, being surrendered, right? You know, praying and having that bond with the divine, not because you need something, but because you, he's number one in your life. He is your family. He is your guiding, your North Star, right? Okay. All right, let's see what else. What else do we need to help you grow and expand? Yeah, you are enough. Oh my gosh, confirmation of what I said earlier. You are enough. Thank you, Spirit. You are enough. Number 38. That could be significant. There's a rainbow here, right? It says, you do not have to give more. You are enough. And you are enough in your truth. You know, so many people are afraid to walk in their truth because, and their authenticity, because afraid that, oh, you know, what if they don't like me? What if I'm judged? But really, that's where your true power is, in your truth. And walking in your truth and authenticity, that raises your vibration, and and walking with that truth and that light with the divine. Okay? You know, when people walk in their truth and their authenticity is when you grab, and the divine can show you your gifts. And by showing you your gifts that the world is waiting for, and so many people are not using those gifts, or even know that what those gifts are, right? Because they're trying to be something they're not. And the divine is saying, you are enough. You are enough to invest in you. You are enough to make the choices that are to your highest good here, allowing what no longer serves you to fall away. You know, and she's looking into this light here, right? You don't have to give more to, I'm also hearing, you don't have to give more to know your worth. You know when you know your truth, you know your worth, right? You may be currently on a healing journey, because I have mending here, negativity, right? Solitude and silence. You may, you know, be going through some healing right now. And if you are, stay on that path. I'm so proud of you if you're making that choice, right? Because that's where your true power is, okay? And your truth. Because you are enough. You are enough. And this is also number 11, which is a divine number. So it's like divine is even here saying, and that was the message they downloaded to me earlier. It's like, you are enough. And at the bottom of the deck is number 18. It is okay to be misunderstood. Okay? You know, not everybody's going to understand you, and it's not your job to convince them to understand, right? It's the divine understands you, and what anybody thinks about you is irrelevant. What matters is what the divine thinks of you, right? Walking in your truth, walking in the light, right? Being authentic and using your gifts, your divine gifts, for the greater good, walking on your path. It says, perception is not always based on the truth. Yeah, you know, and not everybody's going to understand you, right? That's okay. They don't need to understand your truth, because you already get that from the divine. Okay? And that's why, you know, small-minded people, they may not understand you, and that's okay, right? It's more important that you stand in your truth, because you are enough. Okay? All right, so let's get some more messages. And don't wait, I'm also hearing, don't waste your time trying to convince people that are steadfast on not understanding you. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, okay? And your energy and your time and what you put that into is valuable. So if they're dead set on misunderstanding you, don't spend your time and energy on trying to convince them how to understand you, okay? Just let go and let God handle that, okay? That's not your mission to get everybody to understand you, because the ones that are truly meant to understand you will understand you, okay? All right. So let's get some messages from the Lighthouse box to get more clarity on this. Okay. And I'm also hearing, allow the truth to speak for itself, okay? Don't convince people who, like I was saying, that are steadfast on misunderstanding you. Let the truth speak for itself, okay? And the truth only needs time, because the truth always wins, okay? The truth always comes to light. So allow the truth to speak itself, and that's why sometimes just staying silent is better, okay? Staying silent in solitude, right? Understanding the deep knowing and of what you know and trust to be true, and making that choice, right? Don't let other people who are, want to keep you small or don't want to understand you, keep you from being your full potential. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. And maybe this negativity is feeling like you're not enough. Okay. Feeling like you're misunderstood. But I feel like that's something you're healing, because you're realizing you are enough. Okay, I don't need to convince anybody I am enough. I just need to know it, and that's the truth. Okay? The only people that you need to stand in strength for is yourself, knowing that you're enough, because the divine already knows you're enough. So it's time that you start believing it, okay? If you win that battle within, you have won the ultimate war of your life. Yeah, that's that negativity, okay? Feeling like maybe you're misunderstood. And the divine is saying, it's a battle within you, okay? You need to understand that you are enough, okay? And making that choice every day to continue to heal a negative mindset, to continue to know you're enough, regardless of what anybody thinks and feels about your path or what you want to do. I mean, maybe there's something you want to do, right? Or maybe there's a love situation or something, right? Where you feel like you're being misunderstood or something, right? But you are enough here, and you know the truth. Don't let anybody who doesn't understand you convince you that you're wrong. I'm also hearing that. Because the battle is within you. Okay? Like I say, you paint your own story. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Now, here we have 11. This is actually 11:11, which is a divine number. Yeah, and that's the divine saying, For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Okay? So they don't want you in this negative mindset here. Right? You need to heal this. Continue to work on healing this. And I mentioned to this, if you feel like this is deeply rooted, okay, then you might want to try subliminals. And they're on YouTube. It's, and you can look at ones for whatever is causing the negativity. Like if you don't feel good about yourself, or it's a relationship issue, or it's a job issue, whatever. They have them for everything, right? Continue to listen to that for 30 days, okay, while you sleep. And you'll notice that you'll wake up and you'll feel better, like your vibration is different, and you'll find it's easier and more, it comes to you more naturally, that what once felt like it had a hold on you no longer has a hold on you. But also pray to the divine for healing. Okay? Ask Jesus, ask God to help you heal what it is that you need to heal. If it's a negative mindset, ask him to heal that negative mindset. Okay? All right. Because the battle is within you, okay? It's easy to love the nice things about ourselves, but true self-love is embracing the difficult parts that live in all of us. Yeah. You've got to love everything about yourself. The good, the bad, the ugly, the past pain, the choices that you made, right? Because it's all part of your story. It's what makes you who you are today, right? Especially if you turn that pain into power. Without that pain, you wouldn't have the power that you have now, right? So really give love to all parts of yourself, okay? It's what shapes us. And don't convince people to understand you. Self-respect, self-worth, and self-love all start with self. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's another one. It's like the war within. It's all within you. It all starts with you. That's what I'm hearing. Stop looking outside of yourself for your value. Yeah, you get that all the answers are within. It's like everybody's searching outside of themselves for the answers, but it's within you and it's within the divine. And the divine is ready to walk with you on your healing journey. If you haven't started, today's the day to start, right? Because it starts with you and your choices. You don't need other people to validate you. You just need to heal. Because, if you're looking outside yourself for anything, validation, confirmation, or even attention seeking, any of that, it's because there's something missing within inside of you that needs to be healed. That's it. And then your true power is getting everything that you need from life within yourself by self-respect, self-worth, and self-love. Okay? It's all within you, but yet everybody's going outside of themselves for the answers, but the answers are within you and within the divine. Walking with him and surrendering to your journey and letting him walk with you and heal you. When ego is lost, limit is lost. You become infinite, kind, and beautiful. In losing the ego, you gain a universe within. Yeah, that's within self. This is where true beauty resides, unburdened by comparison or competition. As the ego fades, kindness flows effortlessly, and you see the interconnectedness of all beings. Yeah, operating out of your ego, that's the shadow side, okay? And it's also an illusion, okay? You can't operate out of your ego and still operate out of love, okay? So, and the ego is like the devil energy. It wants to control. It wants to, the ego is the one, the ego is the thing that wants to get that attention seeking, right? The ego wants to protect your wounds instead of heal them, right? But once you lose that ego, the limit on your life is lost, okay? You become infinite, kind, and beautiful. That's the alignment with the universe, with the divine, okay? Surrendering that ego, surrendering to the path, right? Allowing the divine to guide you on your journey. You know, so many people are trying to control outcomes, control paths, control their life. You know, I have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, it's a heavy burden. I don't know, maybe you're carrying a heavy load because of your ego. Maybe you're ready to drop these burdens. You know, you're ready to do the healing. No longer looking for dropping the ego so you don't have to be burdened by comparison or competition, right? Knowing that you're enough with yourself, loving yourself, and knowing that you've always been enough as far with the divine. Okay, let's see. Life always offers you a second chance. It's called tomorrow. Yeah, it's never too late to start on your healing journey, okay? It's never too late to make a choice, a different choice. You know, we talk about choices over here. It's never too late to make a different choice, right? Choosing self, not looking outside of yourself for value. And let me tell you, when you surrender the ego and you do the healing work, right? You surrender to the divine, knowing that you're enough. You know your worth. You know your value. You step into your infinite power, right? And nobody can take that away from you. It's not based on likes. It's not based on what someone says about you, because you already know the truth. But in order to get there, you know, you have to do the healing journey with the divine, okay? But it's never too late to start, no matter what age you are, because you are enough. Don't give up on your dreams and your life here, okay? Oh my gosh, this came out in yesterday's reading. And like I said, I have like 600 of these. It's just when they come out in back-to-back readings, it's kind of unique. And it says, bring love into the situation, okay? And this is about love. So it's for some of you, it might be a choice about love here, but it says, the best love is the kind that awakens the soul, that makes us reach for more, that plants the fire in our hearts and brings peace to our mind. That's what I hope to give you forever. Okay? And that could be the best love from the divine as well. The divine's love will awaken your soul. It'll make you reach for more. It'll plant a fire in your heart and peace to your mind. That's divine love here. And that's what the divine wants to give to you forever. It also could be a person, but you know, I feel like I'm speaking to somebody who's like, you know what? I'm ready to drop this burden I've been carrying, right? I'm done. I know I'm enough. What am I doing? I don't need for people to understand me. Because all it's doing is causing me to have this, carry a heavy burden I don't need to carry. What they think about me, you know, what is this saying? It's like, what people think about me is none of my business. And that is so true. What people think of you is none of your business. Your business is to stay in your lane, focus on your path, your mission, right? Focusing on self, healing, if you need healing, dropping the burdens of the past, or past opinions, or past people, or the burdens that you put on yourself, right? And standing in your truth, standing in your authenticity of self, with self-respect, self-worth, and self-love. You know, and making a choice every day to raise your vibration, you know, choosing positivity and seeing the good in all things. That's what I'm hearing, seeing the good in all things. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. I have to read this again because the divine is heavy in this reading. Someone needs to seek, everybody needs to seek the divine. Divine is waiting to walk with you on your path here because you are enough. Okay? Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Yeah, he will heal you. Leaning on him, he will heal you. He doesn't want you to carry all this on your own. He wants to help you heal yourself. Okay, you don't have to stay in this negativity, right? And you're finding strength. I think you are finding strength in this silence, you know, knowing your truth. Faith moves mountains. Doubt creates them. That's so perfect. And the divine is heavy in this reading, you know. And Jesus, you know, they're here to make your path straight. Don't lean on your own understanding. God is the supernatural, right? He has the capability to create miracles in your life when it comes to healing. But you've got to walk with him. You've got to take action and invite him in your life, right? Surrendering that ego of control, comparison, competition, right? Because who are you really competing against when you already are enough? And stay in faith, you know? Because faith moves mountains. That's what you think about, you bring about. Right? What you think about, you bring about. So if you believe it's not going to happen, then it's not going to happen. Right? Because, you know, doubt creates them. It's like a mountain. All of a sudden, it's because you're lowering your vibration when doubt comes in. When you have faith, it raises your vibration. Okay? So keep in the energy of faith. Keep believing. Keep walking with the divine surrendered here. Sun will rise and we will try again. Yeah, there's two things here about trying again. Second chances and trying again. And this is the Sun card. You know, maybe it pertains to love here. You know, trying again when it comes to love here, knowing that you're enough, right? Or it also can be just trying again, like if you feel like, oh, there's those negative thoughts, you know, I was raised with a negative mindset, okay? It has taken me a lot, you know, a daily I wake up and choose, I make that choice to see the beauty and the greatness and God and everything around me. I am grateful for everything. But it's a choice I make every single day. And do I have doubts and fears that try to come into the cracks? I do. On some days I do. But as soon as they start creeping in, I immediately flip them into power and cast them away. Or I'll go do something that changes my energy or puts that positivity back in. Okay? You alchemize it, right? I don't choose to accept them. They're still gonna, they you know, it's never going to be one day it stops, right? That's why you have to continue to make the effort, the choice. That's why I'm saying keep trying, you know? Don't give up on yourself. Do what you love. Yeah, do what you love. You know, when those, and it's kind of like what I was just saying, you know, with the negative thoughts, is that go do something you love to do, right? That's positive. Or immediately flip them in your mind and say, no, I choose faith over fear. But it's a deliberate choice that you make every day you wake up, that I'm no longer going to settle for this. Because, you know, when we're born with no, you know, we're born with a blank slate, right? And then everybody, all the people around us, situations, circumstances, right? They start imprinting on our canvas, and that starts shaping you. But a lot of it is not you. It's what you absorbed, or what you saw, or what you experienced, right? Depending on how you were raised, or who you were around, or what, right? It becomes not a part of you as like a default, but it's not, you didn't choose it. Like if you know, like for me, it's like I grew up in a negative environment, right? I didn't choose that. That's what I was given. And I would never choose that, right? So you have to take your paintbrush back and start painting your own life canvas, right? Not allowing what other people told you was your script, right? You take your power back and you say, no, this is my script. This is my truth. This is my authenticity. This is my light. These are my gifts, right? Because a lot of people, you know, even including myself a time back, is that, you know, pretty soon we're walking and we're like a zombie. We don't even know who we are anymore. We don't even know how we even lost ourselves and everything. But it's because a lot of it, if you haven't done the healing, that becomes the leader in your life. It's like, you know, all the labels, all the experiences and everything that everyone put on you, as well as the wounds, the traumas that we carry, those become the the guide that, you know, who's driving behind the car of our life, And then we're like, well, this is not even where I want to go. Who's steering this car? And then you realize it's yourself, right? And so it's just time that you take your power back, because the divine is heavy here. You are enough. And the Lord, trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Okay? All right, so I'm going to get just another card for, just to close up the reading. Okay. And I'll get one angel number as well. But this is a really good reading for somebody who is on their healing journey, or you're just starting or thinking about it, or you're curious about a different path or a different way. Maybe you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? Bright idea. Go where your input is most valued and rewarded. Envision your future. Yeah, envision your ideas. If you're getting ideas about something, write them down. Okay, because they have power. Because you are enough here. Drop the burdens and start focusing on your idea. Yeah, and we have movement at the bottom of the deck. Travel for work or getting a new job is possible now, getting ahead. What I'm really getting with this is just movement forward, right, on your ideas. We also, behind that, we have back and forth. Maybe this is something you've been going back and forth on that you want to do here. Okay? But if you need to, I'm telling you, the best healing and finding yourself is in silence and solitude. It is very powerful. Okay? And a lot of people are afraid of silence, right? And solitude, because in that, you don't have those distractions, and you have to take those hard looks at take that hard look at yourself. And a lot of people don't want to do that. It's just easier, right? To keep wearing the mask, keep pretending, right? But where's the peace in that? Right? You're worthy and deserving of a peaceful life. Okay. So, and I'm also hearing it's never too late to make changes, okay? And don't wait to be understood, or don't wait for validation from others, right? You take your power back of your own life, okay? Because the people around you may not understand you, but you know the truth. You know the truth. Your soul knows the way, and your intuition knows the truth. Okay. Number 31, you could be seeing that number. If you do, that's a confirmation that this is your reading. It could be 3131. But this is a confirmation that this is your reading, and there's something important for you in here. Your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. I am disciplined. Yeah, and it's really supporting this bright idea. Whatever ideas that you have, right? You have what it takes to manifest them, right? You just need to be, it says, I am disciplined. You just need to be disciplined. Maybe it's a timing thing. Maybe it's, putting the effort in, right? Maybe you need to make some changes to your schedule to make time to be able to move forward on this. But don't allow others who don't understand your path keep you from moving forward. Okay? And, healing is a journey. It's not a destination. Okay? Which is why you need to choose to be happy every single day when you're on the journey. Okay? Because if you're waiting till, when I reach the destination of healed, right, I'll be happy. But that's not how it works. Because we all have healing to do. And when, and the way healing works is like you heal one layer and then another layer of healing that needs to be taken care of pops up under that. It's a process. Okay? So don't wait for the destination to be happy. You need to be grateful where God has planted you currently while you heal, right? It's a process, and allow him to walk with you on that healing journey. Okay? That is the message I have for you today. I hope it resonated with you. If not, check back tomorrow because I do daily readings Monday through Friday. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel because it's readings like this that need to get to the people who desperately need it, okay? And I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.